game. Like,
and they're freshmen. They're going to have some days that they're going to miss. They're going to miss a lot of shots, and you're going to have a chance to upset them.
Moving on to the Golden State Warriors now. The team is currently on a 3-game slide. That should be the focus, but instead the talk is where Kevin Durant will play next season, with Draymond Green bringing this to the forefront of their altercation last week. But when Durant was asked if the spat would affect his future, he said, nah, because at the end of the day, I'm just a ball player that's just trying to be in a great environment to play basketball and groom my skills every day. And I want to compete on a level that once the game starts, I'm just totally comfortable with my surroundings, with just going out there and being me. I never really felt like it was a problem because I know Dre, and he says some crazy stuff out his mouth all the time. But on top of that, it was just that there was so much coming from it from the outside and so much stuff that we have to answer now. I bet you guys, if you closed your eyes, were like, is KD here?
Yeah, I liked how in the beginning you were trying to actually sound like Durant, and then you pivoted to Jenna Wolf. That's smart.
See, you buying that the little spat with Draymond won't impact Kevin Durant's decision for next year?
Well, if KD had already made up his mind, then no, it wouldn't affect him. You know, so he's telling the truth. If his mind is not made up, and someone called you the things they called you, and even he thought it was offensive when he explained it. And he said, even from Draymond's standard, what he said was a lot. So KD said a lot in this. I don't believe it's going to affect him. I believe that he was going to leave, and I believe that Draymond knew that. Most of the time, when people, especially your family or people close to you, they know the truth. And Kevin Durant hadn't been telling us the truth, and KD, and this is a tough decision. Like his basketball future and all that, being comfortable, but what really makes him comfortable? And how is there a better environment than in Golden State for him? So, you know, KD, he let us in a little bit on the insight. I think his mind was already made up, Nick, and this is a part, just a subplot as we finish the 2018-19 season.
The only way what happened with Draymond Green, the only way what Kevin Durant's saying is true, and that what happened with Draymond Green does not impact him, is, as C said, if he already knew what he was doing. And I don't believe he was certain what he was doing. I don't believe right now he is totally certain with what he's doing, which is why, of course, that would affect him. Like, we do have to remember at times that NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, these are workplaces in this regard. How much you like your coworkers, how much fun it is to come to work, how much respect you get from your coworkers is going to impact anyone who has options with what they decide to do, where they are going to work. And so your joy of coming to work has an enormous impact on how much you want to stay at that workplace. And so I don't believe Draymond went into the season knowing, Durant went into the season knowing definitively he was out at Golden State. I think he was leaning towards leaving. Now, I understand a lot of people are now speculating it's the Lakers. That would shock me. That would be, Durant would be going from one place where he doesn't get credit to another place where he wouldn't get credit. Like, I don't understand the Lakers part of it, aside from the fact they have cap space, but I think he was leaning towards going to the Knicks. And when you've got one of the leaders of the team call you out your name and say, leave, get out of here. Like, I compare it to this workplace, any workplace, but like, we are all good friends. And Cris, I've said, is one of my closest friends in the world. We have had our rough moments, a couple on the air, a couple off the air. But if at any point Cris looked me in my eye and said, don't need you. But like, when you joke about Cris Candy, and you're about to make a joke right now, I see your lips curling up.
Well, I mean, it's the truth.
But if in a moment of anger, Cris looked me in my face and said, don't show up tomorrow, we won't miss a beat. Like, you're going to carry that with you, man. You can't brush that off if you feel the other person meant it.
Right. It's hard to be in an environment, and especially where he don't have to. KD's got his choice.
But that's the key with what Nick said. He's got options.
I mean, and he's got the hardware. He didn't have that before. So him going there and getting the hardware, getting those championships, getting those MVP in the finals against LeBron. Now, if it had been some other teams and everything, I would say, hey, KD might need to maybe stay in Golden State to validate himself. But going against LeBron in the finals gave KD a certain amount of validation. So I believe it's on the board because he's trying to grow his game. And I just believe he doesn't want to be in the most stressful environment. That's just not KD's deal.
And there's so much about work, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, is joy. And there is no regular season joy in Golden State. That's one of the trade-offs they made. There is no such thing as a good regular season win. Yeah. There really isn't such thing as a good playoff win until the finals. Like, it is a slog. It's a lot of winning, but not a lot of great moments. You do the funny math with LeBron. He gets 2 championships for the one in Cleveland. He gets a championship if he wins MVP in year 16. Yeah. Like, if Kevin Durant goes to New York City, I don't say it's because I live here. If he goes to New York City, delivers them their first title since 1973, Cris Carter math might say that's worth 3. Like, to take that franchise, which has been a name with no success.
Oh, and you think that is going to finally make Durant happy?
Well, listen.
That would be special.
I don't know.
I think he knows the value of it. And Durant, he's got a little money making in him, too. He's got some people around him that he realized.
Makes a lot of money.
He could. New York, he is a spot he can make the most impact and the most cash.
Well, and that is one of the things Golden State's throwing at him and trying to recruit him with. It's one of the reasons they had him do the Chase Center thing, was that billionaires road they're going to have, because he can make get a lot of angel investors, seed capital, and venture capital stuff. But Jenna, you asked a question that is, I mean, not really even for a sports television show. What makes someone happy?
I don't even think he knows what he wants or what would make him happy.
I don't mean to be rude. Do you know what makes you happy? Like I
mean, besides you, it's a very short list.
It's a tough. Do I know what makes me happy? I don't know. Like, the human condition's a tough one, right?
I know.
But from a basketball legacy standpoint, it is going to New York is the move. Now, what makes someone happy?
Hey, I got more experience than y'all. Let me tell you something.
All right, go.
I know what makes people happy. All right?
I
know what makes me happy. I know what makes it do what it do. I know what tickles my fancy.
Go.
All those things.
Well, what is it?
Yes, all those things.
Give it.
Money, food, all those things, location, all those things. Hey. Listen, Kevin Durant knows what makes him happy.
He's got all those things right now who don't seem happy, is Jenna's point. He's rich now. He's in a great location now.
He's got the MVP. He's got money.
Have credit.
He give me more credit.
They ain't giving him credit.
Anyway, it's a joy to work with you, too. I know that's what you were getting at. We spent 15 minutes trying to get to that. Coming up, are the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles already a total bust this season? Next on First Things First.
Yeah, I was a success before I met y'all. Y'all can back that thing up and leave. Let me know. Hey, I got 3 people in my
Daryl. Hey, Daryl.
Hey.
Hey, how much would you pay for something you don't want?
Nothing.